Very well, Mr. Morelis. I think this concludes our transaction. I think the infusion of cash from Penrose and Valentine you will find sufficient to allow you to finish construction and build your collection. We very much look forward to seeing what you do with the funds and the auspicious opening of your museum. Please feel free to call upon Penrose and Valentine should you need any further funds. Well, this should be interesting. Yes, yet another venture. And perhaps, as patrons of the institution, we shall be able to avail ourselves of the inventory from time to time. It could be very, very helpful. All right. That is 65,000 septums in loan at 25% interest to the Museum of the Dragonborn. Should be profitable. Should be able to apply some pressure should I need it. Should I need access to the collection. That is most advantageous. Now, time to make a deposit, and best to do it when no one else is about. Penrose and Valentine. All right. Let us take all of these items. Some exquisite poisons for safekeeping. And some antidotes. Let's see. Magica, invigoration, health. Also for backup. Alright, what else is essential? Alright, mage quarters keys I shall keep. Fell glow. Yes. Morgenzel. Resolved. Don't need those keys falling into the wrong hands. And of course, funds, gems, extraordinarily liquid, possible to trace. Let's see, pristine dust of the realm. We shall store that for safekeeping. Yes. Dwimmer steel. These are items that could interest Eiterstog. And there it is, our take. More than 3 million septums. That is enough money to buy off anyone. Let's see. Let's see, keep a little pocket change for traveling, shall we? 36 septums. That seems, in keeping with a frugal traveler. Let's see, the Ebony Raven. We'll store that. Safekeeping as well. And these items. Perhaps I'll sell these off. Excellent. All about. The transaction is done. Everything is safe. Now, time to leverage all this power. All right. What is next on the list of things to do? Gather up Mr. Whack and head back home for a meeting. Rather important one. Things are starting to move now. I must say, I'm rather excited. Excited to be hitting the road again, knowing full well that the scheme worked. Things are socked away in a safe. Untouchable for now, anyway, till I need it. And most excited to see what Mr. Whack has packed for our travel lunch. It's full of surprises, you never know. Yeah. What is this man doing at my door? May I help you, sir?
Fancy robes. You a wizard or something?
That is none of your business. I recommend you leave.
Aye.
Mr. Whack, were you aware there's a man loitering outside the door?
Well, Master, yes.
Well, I think we should get going. What are you cooking in here? It smells delicious. Right, let me change quickly. I'm concerned. He was just standing out there. I don't understand why. I don't trust it. Seems very suspect, if you will. All right. Let's see. Have we got what we need? I hope so. All right. I have done the work, Mr. Whack, and apparently you have as well, because something smells very good in here.
Order.
Ah, of course, dumplings, and chicken dumplings, no less. Excellent. Now, I think we are ready. Let me do one more run through the place. Make sure we have all that we need. We'll take whatever septums we can. We'll take that as well. Forgot about that. Could sell it. Let's see. Yes. I trust everything has gone well here. I am a little bit concerned that this man may be nosing around for a reason. All right. Let's get out of here. We have meetings to attend. Well, it would seem that he is gone now. Come. I would like to get out of sight of the walls of solitude before the sun rises, if at all possible. Come, Mr. Whack. I feel bad. I'm always complaining that he is slow, but look how small his little legs are. He can't help it. He's just a little man. Well, Mr. Whack, I must confess, I feel somewhat relieved to know that this aspect or this phase of the mission is complete. Now we have obtained the funds, it is time to leverage them. However, before we can do that, we must have buy-in. Yes, buy-in from the rest of the Dragonborn Covenant. I am not worried about most of them. Honestly, I think it is probably Mr. Graves that is going to require the most convincing. However, I have something of a plan to deal with him. Hopefully, we'll see. So, let's see. Let's run down the checklist. Let's see. Oh, by the way, could I have one of those dumplings that smell so delicious?
Takafalagaju, Master Yash.
Yes. I'll just take, well, maybe 2 for now. Excellent. Thank you so much. Oh, they're still warm. Oh, heavenly. Excellent. Very good. Very good, Mr. Wack. One cannot travel without good travel food, right? It's essential. Anyway, okay. So, let's see. Golden treasure. Secured from the guild. A good percentage of it converted to septons through the Silver Bloods, of course, giving them a cut off the top. It was significant cut. However, we were able to get most of it converted to either septons or usable gems. All right, excellent. All of those secured in accounts for Penrose and Valentine, accounts that were set up in secret, also in disguise. Here he is, right here. That is the man who was loitering outside our door. Ugh. I think I have some heartburn. You'll have to keep an eye on him. What?
All right. Hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
Do I look like I have any money?
No, I guess not. Well, get out of here before I change my mind.
Yes. I don't have any money because I left it all in the safe. Okay, Mr. Wack. Now, I suggest, I'm starting to wonder if meeting everyone at the windmill was such a good idea. It's not exactly the sort of place to have a party or show hospitality. We don't have a big table or anything like that for everyone to sit around. Perhaps we can just meet on the deck? Assuming it's not raining. What am I saying? I'm just going to get them all well lubricated on mead and wine, and we're going to have a discussion. Hopefully they will be amenable to my ideas, and we will just move forward. However, should they not be, I shall have to do some cajoling and convincing. Perhaps a batch of your dumplings. Oh, Mr. Wack, here he comes. Perhaps a batch of these dumplings will do it. They are convincing me that there is something greater in this world. Perhaps a demigod of dumplings or something like that. What do you think? We have a good store of wine, yes? Gods know Mr. Graves is always open to a cup of wine, or 5, perhaps. I'm not so sure about Eithestark. I wonder where he stands these days. Good heavens. I certainly hope that Mr. Nightbrook was able to deliver our invitations. It would be terrible to have no one show up. Anyway, Mr. Wack, you know what we're all about here. We must convince them that turning a cold civil war into a hot civil war is in our best interest. I mean, dealing with the Lorkhon particles is obviously something that, based on previous experience, the Imperials are not interested in entertaining. But perhaps, the Stormcloaks will be amenable to such a thing. Good heavens. This is clearly a very dangerous spot. Remind me never to park the adventure wagon here. Anywho, yes, so, what do we know of Ulfric Stormcloak? We know that his forces are spread thin. We know that he is, far less well supplied than the Imperials, and pretty much always will be. The Imperials have finances that are not only their own, but I'm imagining infusions of money coming from the Thalmor. That is a difficult thing for a provincial leader to stand up against the Imperials, especially with the backing of the Thalmor. I think we could get him very interested in a considerable loan to pay for equipment and troops and all the needs of a large logistical operation from Penrose and Valentine. And I do believe that given an infusion of cash, a flush with supplies and men and equipment, he will be more than willing to step up the pace of his conflict, don't you think? Yes, I can see that you agree. So, the sooner we get this war started, the sooner it will be over, and the sooner we will be able to exercise leverage over him as his payments come due. There is no such thing as a loan without interest, without strings attached. All right. Well, this looks like fun. Always something going on here. Gets to be rather boring, to be honest. Are you ready, friend? All right, let's take that fancy sword of yours and do some work, shall we? Let's see, who is who here? Okay, we'll place one here. Watch out for the archers. We need to take some cover here. Well, that was decisive. It is rather quiet. Mr. Whack is going around. His flanking maneuver. Brilliant tactician, Mr. Whack is. There he goes. Look at him. Look at him. He's an absolute marvel. Ooh. An absolute marvel of tactical excellence. Look at you. Ah, well. Perhaps we're fine today, hmm? All right. Excellent. We can pass through unmolested. Yes. You know the old saying? Yes, Mr. Whack. I was about to give you an old saying. Do you know the old saying? Any day which passes without molestation is a good day? No, that is not a saying. In fact, that sounds rather rude, perhaps even depraved. Come on, let's go before these idiots show up. He must have sent a scout ahead to reclaim their space. Oh shit, yes, something happened here. This is the very shit we are trying to stop. Wanton killing across Skyrim. Terrible instances of banditry and slaughter. thanks to Lorkhon particles, which cause people to lose their minds. There you go. Off you go then, Rome. Let's see. I do wish there was some way to ascend this area here. It is awfully close to your home. Mr. Whack. Come on, let's continue. So, the best route home is to Mr. Whack's house. From there, we shall take a milestone to the mill. That should give us plenty of daylight left to get ready for our meeting. Is there a way up here? Or we still have to cross. We still have to cross the river. Look at me, always looking for a shortcut. But could be worth it. Let's look. Let us. Oh yes. I know this place. Yes. Ah, good memories. This is where we took our little post-theft dip. Yes. Cool water is good for the bunions. Okay. Up here, right? Infernal house is hard to find. It's tucked away. There it is, yes. I do not wish to go to this meeting. Yeah? Well, why is that? I have a bad feeling about it. Well, that ain't saying much. What sort of bad feeling you got? The old man always asks strange things of us. Unethical things. Unethical? Shit. That's a concern of yours, eh? Of course it is. Yeah. I don't know. His morals are like shifting sand, blowing snow. And it sounds like Marl. What exactly is it you afraid he's going to ask you to do? I don't know. That's the problem. Well, you can't anticipate everything. Maybe we'll get lucky, and he'll just say, hey, I've been gone for 2 years. Nice to see y'all. Getting together for a drink or something. You know? A drink among friends? Yes, that would be nice, but I doubt it. Yeah, I'm with you. Something's up. Ain't sure what it is. So, you do not have ethical issues with some of the things that he has done? Oh, no. Not necessarily. I mean, the man is shifty. The man is a schemer. But overall, he's always done right by me in the end. I mean, talking old robot about ethics seems a little bit rich, don't you think? I suppose. I am not the only one who has changed, though. I sense these things matter more to you now than they used to. Yeah, that's probably true. Fact is, the only misgivings I have about meeting with the old man is that I don't appreciate being manipulated. Every time I meet with him these days, it seems like something's going on that I don't completely understand, and I'm feeling like I'm being pushed down a path, you know what I mean? Yes, I am familiar with this. It is frustrating. Well, look at it this way. I mean, all those events that happened before the Dragon Break, I mean, he was a significant help to you and others in making that all happen. I mean, you had to put yourself out there, fighting a dragon, fighting Mirak, going to Skuldorf, all that crap. However, it was him that set you up for success. He was there every step of the way, right? And this is true. But he had a vested interest in the dragon break being repaired as well. Well, that ain't a fair comparison. We all had a vested interest in that happening. Let's just deal with this. Surprise! Goddamn trolls. Well, let me just say, I understand how you're feeling. I mean, after all, the man has been gone for 2 years. Who knows how he's changed? Fact is, that's 2 years for him to spend stewing and scheming over what his next move is going to be. I don't rightly like the idea of not knowing how we're supposed to be involved. Yes, this makes sense. I share this feeling. Well, let's just go meet with the man. I mean, we'll see what he has to say. And if we gotta have it out with him, we'll have it out with him. I mean, he's always up for a good debate. That's one thing you can count on about old Marlevor Keenlet. I get the impression that through the ages, the Keenlets are liking to argue. That's their thing. Well, you got nothing to say about that? I thought you liked arguing too. Well, it depends on how you argue. Most arguments I engage in are settled with fists. This makes more sense to me. So you disagree with a fella and you just punch him in the face? No, it is not like that at all. Well, then how is it exactly? Well, there is honor to it. I mean, just because I punch someone in the face does not mean I am right. However, if there are insults flung, one must respond. All right, I like that. There's a distinction between fists flying and actually being right or wrong. This is true. I could win a fight and still be wrong. So in that case, you'd be wrong and perhaps you wouldn't save face on your opinion or outlook. However, what then? Well, I show my superiority through combat. But that's a different thing than being right intellectually. Yeah, this is true. It is complicated. Clearly. I am surprised you don't know more of these things, considering you are a Nord. Well, who knows? Damn, it's beautiful up here. What do you mean, who knows? Well, I know my mother's a Nord. I'm pretty sure my father was. But, like I said, who knows? You did not know your father? Not really. I mean, he was around when I was very small, but he wasn't exactly around, if you know what I mean. He was busy doing stuff. Too busy for a kid, anyway. I mean, a child needs attention. When your whole life revolves around drink and women and, I don't know, superstitions, well, makes it kind of hard to be a father to a boy. You came very close to shooting me there. Is that what you think? Huh. You are arrogant. Nope, I'm a good shot. So your father was not around, or he was around. Look, he was around, but he spent most of his time trying to escape my mother. A lot of people do that. I see. Yeah, he escaped into drink, other women, some strange practices I never quite understood. He was a superstitious man. I've been trying to write a song about him for about 10 years. Never really get it right. Maybe one of these days I will. Perhaps you will. Perhaps it will be a healing moment for you. Cathartic is the word, I think. Cathartic? Dang. You sounding like an academic now. Well, I wouldn't go that far. All right, well, we stalled long enough. We're here. We better go down there and see what the old man wants. Very well. All right, old man, what is it? Well, is that any way to greet an old friend? Good to see you, Mr. Graves. And, Ida's dog, I see. O shaded one, I beseech thee, you who dwells in the dark but sees all, you who reclaims the souls of the unworthy but has none, you who walks the stones and the void, judge me this day and strike me down should I be found wanting. My soul is your inheritance. May we find light in the shade. I have survived the pilgrimage. I have reached the summit of the bastion while so many others have been cast aside. This is an auspicious day, for the 31 covens of the shade have united, and at last we are one. For centuries have the leaders of the covens tried and failed, but at last, under your divine hand, we are one. Now, we prepare to tear out the very heart of Skyrim. We will decimate their so-called protectors. Long have I waited to lay my eyes upon those who have claimed so many of us. The shade has become legion, and we have eyes and ears everywhere. Tonight, they gather together like fools to celebrate their blasphemy, and the coven will descend upon them as a black wave crashing on the shore. The chattel of this province are ignorant to the war that wages in the darkness around them. They do not know of this dragonborn covenant, and they never will. Their souls will honor your darkness. What the hell was that all about?
What we just heard was a Shade cult member referring to an ambush. And I know exactly who and where this is going to happen. I have to get there, like right now.
What are you talking about?
Marl called a meeting. A meeting with Robard and Idastag. That's what they're talking about. Striking at the heart of Skyrim. Skyrim's protectors. They don't know what's coming, and if I don't get there...
All right. How can I help?
Maybe you could carry some stuff for me, you know? I just need to lighten my load. I gotta move as fast as I can.
All right, hand it over.
Okay. Let's see. I've got lots of extra bling in my inventory. How about this? This. Would you hold on to this tiara for Schmoopy?
Absolutely, I will. No problem.
Okay. And that. I'll keep the helmet, since you don't like helmets. Ooh, that. Yeah, this. This. I'll hang on to these two. Okay. Let's see. Potions. Take some potions. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Oh, gosh. All these gems. Take all these gems. And can you hang on to this gold for me? What do you say?
No problem. I'm always game to hang on to gold.
Yeah, right. Look at me. Giving all my gold to a thief.
Well, it just demonstrates what an excellent thief I am, right? Didn't even have to fight her for it or pick your pocket, eh? Alright, you better get going. You be safe now, and I'll come along as soon as I can, but I can't keep up to you. I'll just slow you down. I'll take care of these bandits over here. You can count on that.
Alright. Thanks, buddy. Take it easy. I'll see you later.
Damn you!
Is that Vander?
What is he doing here? He's not invited to this meeting.
Well, look at that. He looks plumb tuckered out.
Hey, you guys. You guys.
Never seen the boy
You
look
guys.
tired before.
Hey, shut up. Shut up, I gotta tell you something. I gotta tell you something. Oh, God, I gotta sit. Oh, God, I gotta sit. Whew. Ooh.
All right. Sit down. Tell us, what's going on? What's this all about, anyway?
There's a bunch of shade cultists. They're coming here. There's 31 covens, and they're coming here. They heard about the meeting, and they're coming here to ambush you. And I ran into some on the way, and this is for real. I'm not even kidding. 31 covens. That is unprecedented. I've never heard of such a thing.
Sounds like a lot to me. How did you hear about this?
I overheard one of them saying a prayer or something like that. Twist and I did. It was at the Bastion or Shadeling's place or whatever.
All right, fellas, we gotta move. Let's get going.
Where exactly are we going?
Twist. Robard? What are you doing here? I'm just here to lend me blade, all right? I come on behalf of Vander, but I can help everyone, eh? Maybe we can let bygones be bygones until this is all over. Then you and I can talk, eh? All right. Fine. Reckon we need as many blades as we can get, so follow me, fellas.
Again, Mr. Graves, where exactly are we going?
You'll find out shortly.
Mr. Whack, I will meet you at the appointed time. Please pack up everything you can.
Damn, Marl, that is cold. We face an imminent doom and you're sending them off on a mission.
There are things that cannot be left to chance. Speaking of plans, exactly where is it we are going? Once again.
Well, Vander's saying there's 31 covens that are going to participate in this ambush. If that's true, we're going to be surrounded on all sides, and I don't relish the fact of trying to defend myself at a broken down old windmill. Down here, there's a cave system. If we can get in there and take it over, yeah, we should be able to mount a pretty good defense there. Maybe thwart this here ambush, possibly take some of them with us. I don't know. I can't really get a good estimate on how many of these bastards we're going to be dealing with, but if I had to guess, let's say, I don't know, a coven consists of 25 or 30. Now multiply that by 31. You get my drift?
Yes, I understand. You said take it over. What exactly does that mean?
Well, you got this, Vander. Well, that arrow was sort of ineffectual. I certainly hope I do better from here on out. We'll be in trouble. Yeah, there's bandits that live in here. We're going to have to take it over first. I have no doubt these covens are going to track us no matter what we do. It ain't like I got time to cover our tracks. So we're going to get our asses in here, take it over, and set up a defense. That's why I'm counting on you guys to bring your best.
Ah, this is the place. Oh yeah. I never gone in, but I avoid it like the plague, man.
Come on, fellas, we ain't got time to waste here. Mal, come on.
I'm coming. I'm an old man.
Yeah, you ain't so old. Look at you. Spry as ever. Let's get in here. All right, fellas. These caverns is full of bandits. I've done some business with them before, but there's usually 15 to 25 depending on the time of year and what they smuggling. The chamber up ahead's got a lot of archers and mages. I'm going to go on up there and take them out. Then we'll go the rest of the way together. If you all come with me, it's just going to get messy. I know where they're hiding. You should have backup. Very well, if you insist. I'll take Twist. I'm game. Yeah, just don't stab me in the back or nothing. Right. That's right, efficient is what that is. You're right, it is. You're taking his arrows? Yeah. I'm liable to run out before this is over. I failed to stock up before we left. How can you see what you're looking at now? It's pitch black. Well, I can't see too great. However, I can always see a mage. Oh, I see. Let's just let him settle down a bit. Wonder if I can hit this one over here. All right, come on, let's back off a bit. Are you sure we got time to go this slow? We can't afford to screw this up. Well, I get that, but aren't we in a hurry or something? We are in a hurry, Twist. But we also can't afford to be making mistakes. All right, back it off again, behind the light. Come on. Come on. If we're gonna get this done, I'm gonna need you to listen to me. All right, all right. This darkness is deceptive. There's more of them in there than you realize. twist. Man, he was fighting someone I couldn't even see. I thought he was screwing around. What was that all about? There was some invisible lady stalking me. I could smell her, but I couldn't see her. Hang on, there's something up there.
Must have been nothing.
I know, I can smell it too. Just move nice and slow.
Mind's playing tricks on me.
Holy shit! I didn't even see her at all. Yeah. What are you bothering with all that stuff for? Well, we're gonna be fighting vampires, right? The Shade Cult, that's basically what they are. Vampires. Yeah, so what? Vampires are known to resurrect the dead. Every body we leave behind gives them a new member of their army. I ain't interested in giving them any free soldiers, if you know what I mean. Oh, that makes sense, yeah. All right. When you guys get into the back chamber, anybody you kill back there, you gotta either destroy the body or confiscate their weapons, something. If they come back, they're gonna carve you guys up. Understood. There's another one. Yeah, right here. Shit. How do you see them? It's just my little tingle telling me what's going on. Your little tingle. Sounds like horseshit to me. Yeah, well, you can think what you want, Twist. It's working, right? I saved your ass at least twice now. That's true. Finish them off. That was some nice blade work, my friend. It was all right. He got a jump on me a bit. Sometimes it's hard to get behind a shield, you know? I'm aware. It must really bother you using those shit arrows, eh? Yeah. It ain't my favorite, but I'd rather have shit arrows than run out. All right, go on and get the rest of them up here. It's time for us to hit the next chamber. You got it, boss. All right, let's go finish his. Lead on, robot. We are with you.
Looks like the boss is at it. What's he doing now? He's on one of his drunk rants. Except this time he's challenging everyone to a duel over in the hole. We've got him locked in there now. He challenges anyone that looks crooked at him. Glad they shut him up real. Hey, don't say that too loud. Is someone there?
Did you just take some septums?
So what if I did? I'm an opportunist, always have been. All right, fellas. Hang on.
Wow. Never seen anyone die standing up like that.
It is probably the rock joint, yes? The joints will not bend, they will not fall. You two shut up. We're trying to get something done here. Pay attention.
Hey, he just did it again. He took septums. I'm not sure I understand what your issue is with that vendor. I mean, it's kind of a life and death situation, right? Is now the time to be taking septums?
Just let it go, Vanda. All right, here they come.
Thought I heard something.
You ready to die today, huh? That the best you can do?
All right, Clarence. I heard you was in here. You want to have it out, we can do so. Who is Clarence? Well, he's the one who leads this outfit. He said he was down here in the hole, but doesn't look like it. All right, so what do we do now? How do we prepare to defend this place? Vanda, there is an opportunity for you to set some nasty runes on the bridge coming in. There's only one way they can get in.
And what will you do?
But I'm going to go outside. I'm going to meet them on the trail and drive them in here. I'll take out as many as I can in the big chamber outside. But when I get here, I might be coming in hot, so be ready. Set up the best defense you can at the end of that bridge, but if you have to, fall back into the hole. That seems like the perfect place for me to drop a big surprise on them. Yeah, that's a good idea, Marl. Yeah, if you gotta retreat, there's a gate over there. That's the way to go, but it's only gonna drop you in the big chamber. So, be aware of that. I don't think they can get up that way. So, you're gonna have a nice choke point here, but they're gonna have numbers. So, be ready.
We will. You should be careful.
Always, I'll be careful. So, guess this is it. Good luck to you.
Well, good luck to you. I will fight to the death.
Hey now, that ain't necessary. Especially for old Marl here. Why is that exactly? You think I can't fight to the death? No, I don't think you should. You could, but why do that? You got a man here counting on you. And who is that exactly? Well, that's Mr. Twist here. You seem to have a line on where his body is and how to fix it. Be a shame if you died and that information went with him.
That's true. I guess I got a vested interest in keeping you alive, old man.
Well, that's not exactly, inspiring news. Yeah, well, not much is today, I reckon. So, if you gotta run out that door and haul ass. Any of us who survived this, well, we'll connect later and have a drink. How about that?
Very well, Robot. It has been a pleasure knowing you.
Yeah, likewise. But it ain't all that grim, yeah? I reckon assembled in this room are some of the best fighters and mages that Skyrim has to offer. We just got numbers against us, that's all.
My friend, if you are going out there, you understand what your future is? Fighting the Shade Cult?
Yeah, we talked about it at length, I believe.
Well, then you should conceal your identity.
Reckon you're right. We talked about it. All right then, fellas. Good luck to you. I'm off.
All right, Robot. Sure, go with you.
Yeah, we'll see about that, won't we? Damn, I'm out of my good arrows.
All right, you guys. I guess this is it. So, you two are going to go down into the pit, right?
Yes, that's my understanding. We'll wait there. Eithrius, what are you going to do?
I'm going to stay up here on this ledge. I will back up Vander as best I can, and then we will retreat to the pit. When you see us running towards you, it's time for any fireworks you have in reserve.
Excellent. Sounds good. Twist, shall we?
I'm ready. So, doing a little last-minute study, eh?
Yes. Trying to find something. Anything with a big boom, if you know what I mean.
Yep, understand that. Hey, I didn't tell you, but I found my body.
Is that right? Where was it exactly?
Well, it was in Shadling's lair. It was in his box. I thought you knew that.
No, not really. I turned the body over to him. I never saw where he put it. Interesting. You realize that he has been doting over that box with your body in it for years? He never leaves it. On rare occasions, I guess. I'd say you're in good hands.
Well, it's good to know. Listen, I just want to say thanks. I'm sorry I chased you down. Sorry I killed Stax and scared you.
Oh, it's fine.
Fine. I was trying to kill you.
You wouldn't be the first, my boy. You get my age, you've pissed off a lot of people. Yeah.
I see. Well, I appreciate your willingness to help me, hey?
Well, it's not a problem. Of course, we have to get out of here alive first, so... That's something.
Well, yeah, I suppose it is, eh?
Indeed.
Good luck, Vander.
Hey, thanks. By the way, I don't know how many of them there are going to be, but it's probably going to be a lot, so I am just going to keep blasting until I don't have any juice left. If you see them coming across that bridge and I'm not there, you just go, all right?
Oh. There is no need for the sacrifice, you heard Robard.
Yeah, well, that's Robard, okay? Listen, I'm going to blow everything I got, and I'm going to beat hell up here. But if for whatever reason you see them coming across the bridge and not me, just go. Get Marl out of here.
No, I didn't expect you to be so concerned about Marl.
Well, I am. I like the old codger. But you know what? I've gotten to know Twist, and this is a guy who, he could use all the help he can get, right? So I'm with Robard on this. We got to get him out of here. It's the only way he has a chance to get back in his body. You know, I invited him over for dinner. Kind of strange, right? Sitting around the table, shooting the breeze with a ghost, and your wife. Made me realize something. You know how lucky I am. How lucky I am to be who I am and to have the life I have. To be deprived of that, that would kill me. So, seems like the right thing, you know?
All right. I will wait here. I will hold them off as long as I can. I plan on fighting my way back to the pit. I'm not going to turn tail and run. But if I don't see you, I will begin a fighting retreat. Fair enough?
Yeah, that works. All right. Good luck, Ida.
You too.
All right. Let's do this. Let's see. I don't want to burn this bridge. What's other choke points around here?
May Shore walk with us all today.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. I was supposed to collect weapons. Let's see. What do you got? Ooh, he's got a gem. All right. The sword. Sword's got to go. Let's see. Let's take the arrows. Can't do nothing without arrows. And the dagger. All right. Hey, look at that. Huh. Never too late to learn. Crazy. God. Let's see. There's a war axe in here and an iron warhammer. That's too heavy. I can't carry this crap. Okay. All right. Take Take your arrows. This guy only had a bow. Nothing laying around over here, right? Man. I'm glad they mentioned something. I never would have thought of that detail. Would have been overrun by Walking Dead. Ooh, Walking Dead. Let's see. Mace. How about you? Staff axe. You're kidding. This stuff weighs a ton. I gotta get rid of it. I'm just gonna put it all in this chest, right here. Can't be carrying this crap around. Okay. You, and you, and you, and you, and you. All right. Now, this seems like a good spot. Lots of cover. All right, we're putting one right here. Oh, man. That's the problem. I start tossing fireballs down here, my runes are going to go off, too. Maybe I can defend this spot here. Have runes for backup. That might make more sense. How about align the stairs? Gotta be far enough apart so they don't set each other off. Okay. This one, I think as soon as I float a fireball over that sucker, it's gonna go off. So, how about one last ditch rune right here around the corner? Sure hope I don't need it. Now I wait.
There's something out there. What was
Arcade's balls. I sure hope I didn't commit a tactical blunder here. They're already exploring the cavern. Come on now. I gotta at least try to get outside and have a look. I didn't consider they'd get in here before we had our traps set. I am running dangerously low on arrows. This is bad. Pretty pathetic for a professed ranger to run out of damn arrows. Come on, they just keep coming.
just gotta get to the entrance. If I can have a look out there, maybe I can take the fight into the trees. That would be better than in here. I think I may have made a ripping mistake. Bringing those boys in here. There's only one way, in or out. Oh no. It's too late. This here's a losing battle. I gotta get back inside. Warn the others before it's too late. This is getting more ugly by the minute. I ain't gonna make it back. Alright, can never have too many robots. Alright, come on, boys. Let's do this. Some backup. I can't run these bastards into the other chamber. I gotta make a defense here.
You think you stand a chance? You're pathetic. I'll kill you when you stand.
Sit down. All right, it's time to spring this trap. Come on now. Keep coming in. Keep on coming in. Here you are. You know you want to kill me. Come on now. Yeah, too bad.
Going to
Yeah,
enjoy
that does it for
killing you.
those.
dinner walks right
Time to get real nasty.
Give up on I'll kill you. That's all you got?
One for you. Lot for you. Yeah, take it. There you go. Come on. Ha, you missed. Boom. Ooh, that one's gonna hurt. Shit.
You think you stand? Mercy!
Oh, there's too many. Too many.
You think you stand?
Well, it was a good run. All right, you bastards. Bring it. Old Robot's got some left for you. Come on. Oh, shit. Shit.
Come on. Come on, Robard.
Vander, do you need help?
No. Fall back to the pit.
Vander, I can help you.
You're supposed to stay in your position. I got this. Fall back to the pit. Oh, kind of cracker. Oh, my aching back.
Ah, bullshit. Witness.
are weak. Sure finds you wanting.
I'll drink you dry, mortal. Your blood calls me. Stop strong. I'll get you swift to you.
I am the mighty wind of death. You will be scattered like leaves before my storm. Hello. Where are you going?
I'll drink you dry, mortals. I'll get you swift to you. Soon, blood will be mine. Your blood calls me. I'll get you swift to dry.
Curse you, Shore. You have chosen a rather inopportune time to take away my dragon aspect. Oh, gods,
blood
there's a lot
calls
of
me.
them. Time to retreat. Get ready, you glorious bastards. They are upon us.
Oh, Horth Feathers. I'm not sitting down here where he fights alone like a lummox.
All right. I'll set some traps. Quick, get this door open.
Your blood calls me.
Marl, you are supposed to be in the pit.
Yes, just like you were supposed to stay on the landing, but you did not, did you?
You have a point. There is too much fun for me to just have all of it myself.
Indeed, that is true. But we need to retreat. We must do it soon.
After I have had my pound of flesh.
Come, Ivistak. Now is the moment. Let's go, now.
All right.
Both of you, get through that gate. When this stops, things are going to get ugly. You'll find it difficult to navigate your way around this chamber. Come, join my circle. Oh, don't be timid. Come. You certainly weren't shy about insulting someone who's very important to me. You imposters.
Bloodlet throne.
What are you talking about?
It is It is like what happened at Bloodlet Throne.
Oh, shut up, you silly man. Told you not to jump in. Now get up. We have to get going.
Very well.
Where is Vander?
I don't know. I saw him get blown off the bridge. I think he's alive. He told me to keep going, to run. Here. The two of you. That is the way out. You go. I will buy time. Robot. Robot. Robot, if you can hear my voice, I am up here. Vander,
Hey, how you doing?
are you okay?
I'm all right. I'm gonna have a few bruises. It's not gonna be great, but I'm in one piece.
Shut up, you bastards. Come down here. Robot.
He's down here. I can't believe he survived.
Oh, shut up, Vander. My friend. What are your injuries? Oh, I figure a few broken ribs,
I don't know, knock on the head. My eye is messed up. Now, let me have a look. That good, huh? No, my friend. There is no eye at all. It is as if it has been removed. Yeah, terrific. Well, at least I didn't get my fingers right. Can you walk? Oh, sure. Just help me stand up. That's a part that seems to be eluding me right now.
How did you get way down here?
Honestly don't know, Vanda. I have no idea. It was an excellent battle. Shore would be in awe of what we accomplished today. Yeah, well, I'm feeling a little bit worse for the wear if it's all the same. Well, those are badges of honor, Robot. You really are a true Nord. You are better than that. I have never seen so many dead by a single man. You must have been possessed of the devils. I don't know about that. It was more or less about trying to stay alive. And you, Vanda. I have never seen so much fire in my life. The smell of burning flesh.
Yeah. Burning dead flesh.
Well, burning all the same. I believe that this marks a new phase in our friendship. Yeah, what exactly is that? Some kind of crazy Atmoran brotherhood or something like that? Yes, exactly. Crazy Atmoran brotherhood. That's right. Do you hear that? I sure do. Probably that dragon we saw the other day. Very likely. I like to believe he is calling to our glory. Yes?
Yeah, glory. So, Vanda, I would like to take this opportunity to formally apologize for, I don't know, inappropriately touching your bride on the day of your wedding. Don't mention it. Just, don't talk about it. All right? It's over.
All right. So are you and I okay then?
Yeah, you and I are fine. I don't know about you and Schmoopy.
Yeah, well, I'd rather she didn't punch me again. I'd like to say this was the most difficult battle I've ever encountered, but that may not be true. Your wedding reception was quite the brawl.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was definitely a night to remember.
I wish I could have been there for that.
Yeah, well, you were up in Sovngarde partying.
That is true. Perhaps on the day of your wedding, I was raising cups with Shore. That is possible. So are you going to do anything about this dragon? Oh, I don't know. I mean, he is one of the last. Well, he sounds angry to me. We just gonna walk on by there? Well, I am hoping that he will allow it. He does sound angry, doesn't he?
Yeah. You know, it's been a long night. I'm not really up for fighting any dragons, if you know what I mean.
All right, well, look. I know that you are both very sore and beat up. Let's see if we can just hustle on by here, all right? Come on. Maybe he will be in a charitable mood and allow us to pass. I can't imagine why he's claimed this weird spot on the river.
Well, we did try to talk to him before, but he just didn't have much to say.
This is true. Maybe I will try again some other time. For now, I could use some sleep.
Oh, yeah, I was supposed to send you a message from your Vasker. They're wondering what's up, man. Where are you? They're getting ready to kick you out.
Ah. Well, I would count that as a lucky day were I kicked out. But I mustn't.
Well, what's the deal with you and that anyway? You figured out who you're supposed to save yet?
As far as I can tell, it is you two.
Hey, that's not fair.
True.
Although, jumping in like you did gave me a chance to hide.
That's true. Where did you hide anyway?
Yeah, well, once you jumped down and started causing a lot of havoc, I just scurried underneath the bridge and stayed there until the fighting was over. At that point, I wasn't really feeling much up to a fight. Kind of had enough, you know?
Well, you said you were going to spend all of your, what was it, juice? You obviously did that, man. Well, I count you among the warriors. The warriors worthy of your Vasker. I know you are not Nord, but you may as well be.
Hey, thanks, I think. Yeah. I've lived most of my life in Skyrim, so yeah, maybe I am a son of Skyrim in my own way. Ooh, cool.
I think you are, Vanda. I mean, fact is, there's probably very few people who have done as much as you have for this place.
Hold it. This here's a toll road, see? You're gonna have to hand over, say, 200 gold if you want to use our road.
Fuck off.